I'm not leaving this house. The wagers will come soon, said Presence sarcastically. Yeah, well, they'll have to take us all, said Chantier. As she spoke, she took off her badge and then threw it into the fireplace. Ingrid did the same, and they both stood there, glaring at Presence. Presence knew there was no turning back. Her friends would surely be carried off once the wagers came. There was no turning back now, even if she wanted to. She took off her badge and threw it into the fire as well. The wagers would be here soon. Inside, she was grateful she wouldn't have to be alone. You both are insane, she said, sitting on the couch. Coffee while we wait? She asked. Sure, they both said in unison. She stood once more and walked to the kitchen, and they followed. They made coffee, and Presence made breakfast. She figured out she might as well eat breakfast, if it would be their last. Presence had no belief in fairy tales. Years with Presence told her to be practical. As she thought of Present, her heart teared up. And so this is the illustration that Mariah made of them throwing their badges into the fireplace. This is the fireplace over here. And they're taking our badges off and saying, we're going to stay with you. We're not going anywhere. And if the wagers come, they're going to take us all. Dude. Okay. We believe there is a way out. You see, we kind of read a bit of the papers as well while we were taking them out to the fire. And there was a facting man a long time ago who did in fact escape, Chantier said. I don't believe you. Where is the man? If he broke out, wouldn't he help others break out as well? Stop this gibberish talk, Presence said, annoyed and angry. We read the man will return and defeat Mr. Dethick once and for all. He's already defeated the wagers in the prison and... Chantier was interrupted by an angry Presence. Stop it! Stop it! Who on earth could defeat Mr. Dethick and his wagers? She looked wide-eyed at Chantier. Just accept your fate. No one is coming. Now please stop it. They ate breakfast silently. Anticipation of the wagers coming. Precocious could not sleep in the cold, smelly cell. She stayed up all night, forcing her eyes to stay open. She imagined the man she'd read of, the one who broke out of this dreadful place, in front of her. She pictured him sitting there in his full armor. She began to talk to him, not just in her head, but aloud as he was really there. She knew it was her imagination, but still it beat being silent. I believed in you the moment I read. I know you're real, and that you will defeat Mr. Dethick, she said, looking at her empty cot, pretending the man was sitting there. Just then a man actually did appear, and he spoke back to Precocious. Yes, I'm real, and I will defeat Mr. Dethick once and for all. But what I desire most is to free all those forced to come to this dreadful, wretched place, the man replied with a smile on his face. Light shone all around the man, and his skin glistened. Precocious knew that she must be hallucinating now. It must be me not getting good sleep. That is why I'm hallucinating seeing this man. She decided to play along. It beat complete silence, dreading her time in this filthy cell. I knew it, she responded with a smile. Do you know why I've come to you, Precocious? The man asked, still shining as bright as a lamp. Are you going to break me out, she asked. Are you going to prove it so I can be with my mother and father again, she asked excitedly. Precocious, I have come to you because your faith is very strong. In fact, I've noticed you all your life before you discovered I existed. You are a very special girl, Precocious, the man said. I am? Me? Sir, I am not special. I am the daughter of peasants. We all work in the factories, and... She was interrupted. I have to help you, Precocious. You see, my father made a promise to your family a long, long time ago. An oath, you can say, to always be there for your family, especially ones who are faithful, righteous, loyal, caring, and good-hearted. Oh, well, sir, he hasn't done a really good job. My father is in prison and most of my family, Precocious said. Yes, I know. That is why the time has drawn near for Mr. Dethick and this arrangement. The wagers and this prison have to be removed, the man said, smiling. And you are key to this, Precocious. Me? How? What am I to do? Precocious asked curiously. Will you help me get the keys, or will you give me a sword to slay Mr. Dethick? She wondered.
No, the man chuckled. I myself will deal with Mr. Dethick. For now, Precocious, all you need is your faith. You can do more with that than swords or keys.
How? Don't I need the keys to get out? What will faith do? She asked, a bit disappointed in the man's response. And so this is the photo of Mariah's illustration of the man in the cell, and Precocious thinks that she's hallucinating. By seeing this man, she started talking to him. And it'll start to make sense towards the end of the story. This is her badge. They're locking her up while she has to go wait to talk to Mr. Dethick to decide her fate. But she's talking to this man in the cell. The man. Do you believe what I told you about my
father and his promise to you and your family? He asked patiently.
Yes, I do, but I can't see how. She was interrupted.
My father always keeps his promises. He has seen how Mr. Dethick has been with the people of this city, and even I can't calm him from his anger. My father will not let you down. Do you believe? He asked.
Well, if you say it, I believe, Precocious said without a thread of doubt.
Good. That's all you need for now. I will come to you again shortly.
And with that, the man disappeared in the light along with him. Precocious felt really wacky. She thought she'd imagine it, and it was from being sleep deprived. But the man had really been there. Precocious would soon find out that her faith was moving impossible mountains that had not been moved for thousands and thousands of centuries. She did not know yet just how special she was, and this promise connected to her and her family. She sat in the cold, smelly cell, still in deep thought about the conversation with him she had had with the man, wondering how believing in the man's father would set her free. She did in fact believe, and wanted personally to meet the man's father and thank him for his oath of loyalty to her and her family. She imagined going before the man's father and thanking him. The father must be a shiny figure as well, a majestic being with a copper or brown skin that sparkled, and kindness just like the man had had. Precocious thinking of this almost made her forget where she was. For a few moments, she was a princess before a king who valued her and promised to protect her and be there for her. What more could a girl ask for?